What is up, everybody? And this is the Retrorogue, and he's back for his last show of the year. Um, it's been a few months. Just been real busy. Ain't had a chance to really get out and do a lot of the things I like to do, so I can do some reviews on them. But I am here to get caught up on some stuff. So today we're going to be doing a Retro Rogues pick of the week, and that pick is not a retro pick. It is actually a upcoming movie that everybody's been kind of talking about, and we're going to do a little preview review on it, which is the Superman versus Batman, Batman versus Superman, whatever they want to call it. And we're going to mainly be talking about Gal Gadot, or Gal Gadot, however you pronounce that lovely lady's name, who has been earmarked for Wonder Woman. And we're going to be talking about the pros and the cons, and we're going to do that. We're also going to talk about the mid-season finale of Arrow. So that's going to be awesome to talk about too. We're going to be talking about Barry Allen and Cyrus Gold and their introductions into the show and where they're going to go from there. And I can't wait for January 15th when that comes back out. So let's get started on that. All right, Retro Rogue 420.
Nice shade. Eugene. Yeah.
Hey, what's up? And we're going to get kicked off and started off with the announcement that Gal Gadot, I can't pronounce her name properly because I've never actually heard it. But Gal, I've heard it two different ways, Gadot, but that's not the point. Anyway, we're going to be talking about Gal Gadot and her being announced as the Wonder Woman character in Batman versus Superman, Superman versus Batman movie in 2015. We're going to go through some pros and cons and things of the geeky persuasion. And I think we'll start with the pros. So, I think one of the good things that is going to lend to this is that, having a relatively unknown playing Wonder Woman, because Wonder Woman is like, in the DC universe, she's part of the Holy Trinity, Wonder Woman, Superman, Batman. And I think she's such a huge character role to play that you don't really want to have somebody who's really huge, like, say, Kate Beckinsale. I mean, she's awesome. I love her as an actress. But if she played Wonder Woman, it would Kate Beckinsale playing Wonder Woman. You want this way. You have someone who, I mean, she's not an absolute unknown. She's been in the Fast and the Furious films, and any guy worth his salt knows who she is. So, I mean, I'm not going to say she's a complete unknown, but she's relatively unknown in the mainstream sense that she can play Wonder Woman and be Wonder Woman. She can give room for growth for the character, and she can own it, and she can be that that woman who is like, oh my God, when you see her on the street, it's not, oh, that's Gal Gadot, she plays Wonder Woman. It'll be, oh, that's Wonder Woman. You know what I'm saying? So, and when you get that kind of transcendent of the character, it's kind of like, not everybody can be a Robert Downey Jr. Everybody was like, when Robert Downey Jr. first became Tony Stark, it's like, oh, it's going to be Robert Downey Jr. as Tony Stark. But now, truthfully, especially with the younger generations, when they see him, it's like, oh, it's Tony Stark. He's crossed that bridge. He's made that connection with his audience to the point where you see him, you see Tony Stark. You can say the same thing for Anna Paquin. You see her, you see Rogue, or you see Sookie Stackhouse. But I mean, I think in that sense it's going to be great because this is Wonder Woman's first appearance on the big screen. She's been all over the small screen, all over television, spanning decades. So, I think having her on the big screen, live action for the first time, I look forward to it. One of the I don't really like calling it a con, but it's like the biggest thing negative I heard so far on the internet, and that is that she is a smaller frame girl. She's small. She's not very she's not very statuesque, and I tend to agree with that. And hear me out. That's just because when you think of Wonder Woman, Wonder Woman is an Amazon. It's what she is. She's an Amazon. And when you think Amazon, you think of a certain size and a certain physical stature. And when you see Wonder Woman and you know that she's an Amazon, I think it's implied. It's not expected. That's all I'm saying. And they want to talk about her cup size. And I'm like, really? Her cup size? That's an issue? I mean, Kevin Smith even said it in an interview that, when you think of Wonder Woman, is that really the first thing you think about is her boobs? I mean, even guys don't, you don't really associate her. I mean, sure, eventually you get to that, but that's not the first thing you think about. So I don't think that's going to be a huge deal. And even if it is, come on, Tomb Raider, Angelina Jolie, those weren't real, is all I'm saying. Anybody that's seen Original Sin knows those weren't real. The last thing that I want to talk about as far as cons are concerned with this film is, and this is one of the things I'm actually concerned about, is Zack Snyder doing too much too fast? I mean, you've got Batman, Superman. Okay, there's rumor of a Flash segue into the movie, which I don't know how true that is. But you got Batman, Superman, then you got Wonder Woman. I mean, these are it's the holy trinity in DC. Three of the main original characters for the Justice League, and we know that they're planning on a Justice League film. And it seems like it's going to stop being a Superman movie and some kind of Justice League film. I don't know. And plus, I think even if that's not the case, if they do keep it hardcore Superman Batman, I worry, because I think she is a very important character. So I worry a lot that she's going to end up becoming background noise or just this little side story, and you're not going to get to really see her. I was like, now if you just hold it at the end, get to the last end of the 15-20 minutes of the movie or something, and she is introduced like that, and that way it's going to lead into a movie where she's going to have more of a role, I'm okay. I feel that. But if they're planning on just having her in the movie throughout the film, just little parts here and there, I really worry that there's going to be so much going on with Superman Batman that it's going to be like, oh yeah, that was a good movie. Yeah, Wonder Woman was out. She was in bits and pieces, I don't want that, what I'm saying? I'd rather for her to be a full-on character that you only get to see in the last 10 minutes of the movie than a half-realized character that's just oh, what are they going to do with her later on? All right, moving on. And now we're going to be talking about the mid-season review of Arrow. And for all my Retrorogue fans out there, I love the show. I know y'all love the show. It's finally getting to that part. I was, this season is actually turning out to be like the first season. The first season, it started out real hardcore, real great, real gritty, and then halfway through, it kind of got a little redundant and a little stale. And then right towards the end of the season, man, it picked back up and shit started popping. So you're always on this roller coaster ride. You know what I'm saying, with the show. But man, what a mid-season finale. I mean, they introduced Barry Allen, aka The Flash, played by Grant Gustin, and they also introduced before him, they actually introduced Cyrus Gold, or aka Solomon Grundy, which is, their take on Solomon Grundy, played by Graham Shells, and who a lot of y'all might know from the True Blood franchise. And when I first heard him being called Brother Cyrus, and I was like, okay, Brother Cyrus. I was like, who's Brother Cyrus? And I started like doing this huge, because I'm not gonna lie, I am not the biggest DC fan on the planet. I've just really gotten more into DC in the last few years. I'm a huge Marvel fan, but DC is really just kind of coming to its own, especially with the new 52s, which I'm really enjoying right now. And I knew who Solomon Grundy was, but I didn't know his real name was Cyrus Gold and none of that. So I had to research that, and just looking into it and stuff. You know, I'm okay with their take on Solomon Grundy in this. I like, you know, spoiler alert, I liked at the end of the episode, because the whole time you're like, oh, you know, when is he going to become this grotesque, you know, huge thing? And you get to see that at the end. There's this, you know, big, like, explosion, and building comes down, and chemicals hit his face. It's gross looking. So I look forward to seeing what they're going to do with this character. I liked that everybody was wondering how they was going to give Barry Allen his powers in this show. And lo and behold, they actually kept it extremely close to the comic. So I was like, bravo, you know, bravo. I haven't really seen a lot of Grant Gustin's acting, but I enjoyed him. I actually did enjoy watching him play Barry Allen. I mean, he is very, right now he's very much pre-Flash Barry Allen, which is, you know, it's fun to watch, you know, and they kind of make little quips and stuff hinting to the fact that he's about to become something much more than he is. I really enjoyed the back and forth between him and Felicity. The little kind of flirty banter between them two with the techno and scientific babble. I'm wondering how they're gonna do the whole segue into his show. Like, when it comes back on the 15th, are we gonna get to see more Barry Allen? Is he going to be involved in the final season of Arrow, where he fully realizes and becomes Flash that way? Or are they going to just go on and segue like, hey, before the end of the season of Arrow, we're introducing the new season of The Flash? So I'm really looking forward to seeing where they're going with that. I haven't had a chance really to check out online any new news on it. You know, it's the holidays. It is, matter of fact, Christmas Eve when I'm doing this. So just to let you know, it's been kind of a hectic month and a half. And you know, I'm really looking forward to the rest of the season. I'm really looking forward to season 3. I can't wait to see what they're going to do with the Flash. And I'm really happy with CW. Because I mean, when they got rid of Smallville, I was like, what the frack, man? You know, you had a gold mine. I still say to them, CW, if you're listening, I still say you should bring back the cast of Smallville, place them in Metropolis, and instead of calling it Smallville, call it Metropolis, and have a fully realized Superman and Lois Lane, and straight do it out and create a Justice League universe with the TV show Metropolis and Arrow and the Flash, and make it awesome. You could even figure out how to segue Batman in there. Hell, make a show, call it Gotham. Is all I'm saying. It'd be awesome. Gotham is awesome. But keep your eyes out. In the next couple of weeks, I will be doing Retrorogue's Knows films, comics, and TV shows that I just ain't feeling. Just not feeling them. We'll talk about a little bit about that. And also, my next episode is going to be all about Injustice, the Ultimate Edition. Just leave your comments at the bottom of the screen there, and tell me what you think. Like and subscribe, you know, so I can get some feedback, man. Give me some feedback. Let me know what you want to hear, and I will do my best to get it out there to you This is Retrorogue420. And remember, it's the age of the geek, baby. We rule the world.
Nice shade.